Elkins presents the Elkins Accounting Hour with your host, Chad Elkins.
All right, Mr. Clary, as is common, whenever I get to my northern command, that we have technical issues, so I do not have a working microphone, but hopefully you can hear me.
Do you use a different computer when you're up there?
No,
Okay.
it's
no,
the
that
cord.
It isn't Microsoft Update, so
Yeah, it's the cord.
It's the cord. You look fresh off the assembly line. You shaved, you showered, you get a haircut?
No, haircut's next week, but no, I was at the gym, so I had to hop in the shower, and I was at the gym, as we're supposed to call it.
I heard that's where you get girls.
Girls, well, you need to do a course on how to not be a spurg, so you maybe have a small chance of getting
the spurg course will be coming out. I'm half tempted just to bang that damn thing out of here before I go to Vegas.
I have so many ideas. I would love to help. I don't want any profits. I just have a lot of information.
Well, I would love if you gave me an outline of everything that I should talk about and consider. And then I will, because I know what I'm going to talk about, but you probably have other viewpoints that I haven't factored in or considered.
Oops, didn't mean to do that. Yes, mine will come from the accounting world, where it's basically like, hey, this is why you can't get clients or girls. So
I think to go with the larger audience, maybe we would use accounting as a case study, because it can't just be for accountants only. That would limit the exposure of that course.
Right. Yeah, that's true. So maybe just dedicate. Yeah. Well, I'll think of some ideas and I'll send them your way.
I'm sure we could apply it to autists and Asperger people, both real and fake, universally. I'm sure we could apply it to everybody there.
Absolutely.
Why the hell are you getting so many and such high super chats?
I don't know. Honest to God, I'm looking at this. I don't know, guys. Why are you doing this?
Because, we thought you had ended your podcast, that Ray had forced you to end your podcast, and now it's the triumphant return. He's back, guys.
I actually did one 2 weeks ago. I did a solo stream where I got no super chat. So you might actually be the draw here.
No, they can always come to my channel. I don't. Maybe it's you and I form Voltron, podcasting Voltron. Only together do we get the super chats, but you and I individually on our own, we do not command such super chats. Because I get them, but I don't get no $50 ones. Look at this. This is like you're a hot chick with big.
This is insane. Yeah, guys, I don't know why y'all are doing this, and there's already a few of you in here who have been really generous. So we'll do a few things first, and we will read this. Yes, you get.
Did you ever see The Dark Knight?
Yeah.
With Heath Ledger Joker?
Oh, yeah, years ago.
You know what my favorite quote of that movie is?
Why so serious?
No. Half.
You know where they filmed that, right?
Chicago?
Yeah. I didn't live here yet, but yeah. Well, listen, man, I think we got a really fun one because, I haven't been motivated to do this, but a friend of the channel said, I just interviewed with Intuit for their remote seasonal tax professional role for the upcoming tax season. And the dude took copious notes on every question. There's an assessment and then there's an actual interview. And he just took notes on all of that.
Is that why you're really, because I'm trying to still figure out why you're super excited. And for the audience, you don't know, but Chad was really excited about this. I'm kind of like, oh, okay. But why to us non-accountant people is this very exciting? What has you so excited about this?
I just think it's basically it's giving you an idea about what companies are the hoops that you're having to jump through these days. Not necessarily in the accounting industry, but also in other industries too. Because when I give you more details about this, you're gonna be like, oh.
So this isn't like a competency test or a certification. It is. But is it the a QuickBooks certification, or is this an employment?
This is an employment competency test. And here's the part that's going to blow your mind, a little teaser. And you're going to see a lot of it. No human being was involved in any of this process.
It was all AI. He was just doing
or something. And when I show you some of these questions, it's not just proficiency. There's questions you would get during a regular human being interview. And I was
Uh-huh.
just like, they're going to ask you that? Do you have to type it in? It was just
Is the
pretty
first
bizarre.
question, are you a straight white male?
It was. And so I answered that and it immediately kicked me off.
It
was
blew
like,
up. Yeah.
yeah, it was like, no,
Did it
no,
call
no.
you a fascist and say die Hitler? Is that what?
It basically said, you know what? You don't have a home here. No, that's not what it did. I do need to do this because I think you might have heard of this. Well, actually, you don't like sports ball. Tonight's beer is called Howie's Hockey Beer League Brew. No, look, they don't make beer. They make hockey equipment. Like they make tape and
So they licensed out their image for
Yeah.
a white label thing, and it's probably some regular old swill beer. It's probably Bud Light. Does it taste good, or does it have your favorite ingredients?
It's ordinary. It's only
Okay.
4.6%, so it's weak. I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, oh, this is amazing. But my buddy is he's now their financial planner, and they're worth a lot of money. And he was up at their headquarters in Michigan last week and saw this. And you know what he did? He goes, can I bring this back to Chicago for my friend who really likes beer? And you know what they said? They said, go right ahead. So I encourage that type of activity from my friends. I think it's a healthy way of going about things.
You would like if I brought you gifts?
I would love that. Yeah.
Okay. Right. don't get used to it. I mean, it's.
Well, I mean, you did get me that light, which I liked very much, which I don't have here.
Oh, that's right. You wait. By the way, before we get into the thick of this all, why are there 3 goofball beers in my fridge right now?
Because we didn't finish them.
You didn't finish it. Now I got inventory management problems. It's taking up precious real estate in my bachelor fridge where I have your goofball. And you visit once every 12 years, so it's going to be there for that long.
I have visited him 3 times now, which has to be at least as much or more than almost every other friend has visited him, except for Great One because he's local. But in a way, you could blame Great One for this because we kept going out to all these places.
Oh, yeah, it was Great One's fault twisting you to go, let's go to Core 54 again. Oh,
well, it's like we got to meet him out. He's like, you can't start drinking all day unless you start in the morning.
Chad was like, no, I want to stay in and drink the beer here and go to church. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah, he really had to twist my arm.
You really had to twist your arm on that, yes.
Clary, I do know you have people visiting you tonight, so I think I'll go ahead and get into.
We might as well. By the way, the other Marcus Brown is here. He's in the chat room. Yeah.
What's up, Marcus? Good to see you, man. I kind of miss you streaming. He went back to his old job, so he doesn't stream as much. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who's Raymond? You mentioned Raymond. Who's
Raymond? So Raymond is streaming right now, and he's
How dare he? What, really?
Well, it's more he's giving me super chats while he's streaming on his own stream. I'm like, dude, you're too freaking kind. And now Clary gets half of them. So I think he knows that.
Half?
Well, let's do this.
All right.
So before we get to the main appetite, I did get an email yesterday. It's a career. Would you like the opportunity to help me be a bit of a career counselor here? It'll just take a minute or two.
Yeah,
all right.
I will do. I'm good at that.
You are very good at that. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go ahead and read his email. Obviously, there's a lot of things I have to keep kind of on the down low. Like I can't talk about the company or the school, but here we go. So he said, hey, Chad, please keep all my information confidential. I wanted to give you an update on my accounting journey. About 2 years ago, I sent you an email about me getting a Big Four tax internship. I won't say which one. I was a tax intern at this Big Four company in the spring of 2024. The internship went fairly well, and I learned a lot. I enjoyed the work and line of service I was in. There were a lot of interesting personalities on my team, Spurgs, but I think I'm a very personable guy, and I manage them just fine. At the end of the internship, I was offered a full-time position for the fall of 2025. Okay. The following year, I got my 150 credit hours at a certain university. Okay. Throughout the year, I saw many of my coworkers on my team being laid off. I was starting to get worried for myself, and I started full-time at this Big Four at the beginning of September. So what, 2 months ago?
2 months ago.
2 months ago. Yeah. Full-time job. And from the moment I started, things were weird. No one really reached out to me or welcomed me. I was the only new associate. When I went to the office, I I had another associate say how strange it was that I was not invited to anything. For the next 2 months, I wasn't given anything to do. I just thought, well, but listen, he has a good reason for this. Like, I would have been fooled by this too. Because, it's just dead season. Because in the public accounting world, after September 15th, the corporate stuff, it does get pretty dead.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah.
And so he thought maybe in January it'll pick up. So today, meaning yesterday, because that's when he sent this, today I received a call from HR and a partner early in the morning. The partner said I was being let go due to downsizing and quickly left. And he just started. And then the HR lady stayed and gave me offboarding instructions. I wasn't really shocked because I had a bad gut feeling since the beginning. Immediately after the call, I felt sad, but honestly a little relieved. I was more annoyed with myself because I drank the Big Four Kool-Aid and attached a lot of my self-worth to this stupid job, which you should never do. I know the job market is bad right now. After the call, I started to think about my next move. Okay. I called the district manager at my local H&R Block that I made contact with, and she told me she has a spot for me at an office this upcoming tax season. I'm going to start studying for the CPA as soon as possible as well. So here we go. Here's where I need your help. All right. I wanted to know if you had any advice for me in my particular situation. Important here. My ultimate goal is to be a self-practicing CPA like yourself. What do you think I should do after I pass the CPA exams and finish this first busy season at H&R Block? I feel like my ego is bruised and I want to get back into public accounting, but at the same time, I feel a little insecure about having a degree from this particular school. I won't say which one.
Okay.
And only lasting 2 months at this particular Big Four. Here we go. Should I get a master's of accounting at a name brand school?
No.
What do you think is the viable path to my goal? And that's where I thought you might have some good perspectives on this.
All of his questions and more would be answered in this universal resource called The World's Greatest Accounting Career, available on Teachable.
I have it linked below.
Yeah. Right. But no joke, he should take this because it goes into 6 hours more detail than what we can answer here. But he's addressing a lot of things. But number one, I would immediately kick yourself in the nuts for feeling bad about what the Big Four did to you. It is not
it's not his fault.
There's no way. And if anything, the Big Four company and the Big Four in general should be ashamed of themselves at how unprofessional and how much they do not have their shit together, which is why you and I always warn people, even in that course, The World's Greatest Accounting Career, we're like, dude, you do not want to go into the Big Four. We even concluded long ago, you are better off going to an H&R Block or a Jackson Hewitt or Liberty Tax, as long as you can get your CPA year experience under a CPA. So I would not at all feel bad. You cannot feel bad. If anything, this is and Chad, what I want you to do is reach out to him so I can read that same. If I can get permission to read his letter, because the Big Four needs to be highlighted and embarrassed with this fuckery. So that's it. It's like finding out the hot girl you always wanted to go out with has herpes. I mean, they're horrible people.
Yeah.
There's no reason to work for the Big Four. So that's number one. Number two, absolutely do not attend a prestigious name school. Your goal is to get the CPA or the enrolled agent, which I think is going to be a lot easier. So
much easier.
Yeah. So if your goal, what was his goal again? To become self-employed?
He wants to do what I do, which is to be a self-employed CPA in tax. So,
and he already has 150 credits to sit for the CPA exam.
Let me recheck. To the following year. Yes, he already has his 150 credits, but he's asking if he should get a He's basically feeling bad because he's worried that because he didn't go to a prestigious school, he's going to have trouble getting a job. And that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, don't waste your money getting a master's in accounting. No. It's simply not necessary.
No,
it is not.
Do not don't go to school anymore. Let's make it a lot easier. Save your money, save your time. Pass the CPA exam.
Yeah.
I would make sure that when you go work for H&R Block, you are working under a CPA. So you do get that year experience or whatever is qualified for it. And just take the CPA exam. which he is qualified to sit for now. So, I mean, if you had a preference, would you prefer the CPA over the EA? I guess you prefer the CPA over the EA, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't have to do any additional schooling for this.
No
He just
schooling,
has
no.
to. Yeah, and I just wanted to add in my notes here because he's feeling bad about this. Don't feel bad about at least trying to go to the Big Four because if it's available to you and it's an option, give it a try. Like, but this didn't really set him back. Maybe slightly
not
in
at
terms of timing.
Chad, if I had gotten my ass kicked earlier in banking and you had Shanae Shabubu get promoted over you earlier on, how many years ahead would we have been?
We would be, I mean, I don't want to say decade, but it's several years.
At least a decade. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like your wife who was going to divorce you anyway, divorced you on year 2 of your marriage instead of year 10.
Yeah.
This is one of the best things to happen to you. So now he no longer worries about, oh my God, what would it be like in the Big Four? It's not possible. It's just not possible. Yeah.
And I guess I just feel bad for him because I mean, that's so disappointing when you get into a prestigious Big Four and then they do you like this. That's just,
is it that big of a deal though? Like, aren't we past the point? Oh my God, I didn't get into Goldman Sachs. Oh my God, I didn't get into whatever Ernst & Young.
No. We are past it. I just think on a human level, like that's fucking sucks that they do that to you. That's all I'm saying. Not from a career level, just a human.
Not only does it suck, it's not acceptable, and it shows you everything you need to know about how the Big Four is no longer the prestigious, professional, responsible, stable place of employment. It's trash. It's garbage. It's like Harvard. This is not a reputable entity or organization anymore. So I would thank your lucky stars, and he's going to be much quicker on the path to getting self-employed because he's not going to dick around with the Big Four.
So I'm going to tell him, do not go back to school. You are going to work at H&R Block this coming tax season, which is fine. Don't let your ego get in the way of good experience. Do not. Mm-hmm. And another goal he might have after this particular busy season is something we're going to talk about tonight. Another position he could go to.
All right.
So any final advice for him?
I'm happy he's working for my company. My company welcomes him. I want you to make lots of money. You know what's great about this kid?
What's that?
Not only is he going to work for my company because I own practically all the shares in H&R Block, all 50 of them. He's going to pay into my Social Security fund too. So I like how he is paying twice into my coffers. Lots of money coming my way.
I'll have it on record that Clary is now half a century old. So
yes, and also let him know starting now he should never feel bad about any of this that happened to him. Starting now, nope.
You'll be laughing about this in a year or two. Just be like, yeah I got into the Big Four, but
and you know what I would do is keep the name of the person who like gave you the job offer and whoever your direct report was, whoever your supervisor was, hold on to their names. Go out, start your own company, wait till you become successful. It'll be about 3 years from now. And say, hey, just wanted to send them a thank you card. And say, thank you for having your shit not together. It set me on the right path. I'm now gainfully employed, sitting on a beach. Put a picture of you smiling from the beach because those suckers are stuck in an office. I think there should be retribution. But just wait until you got your client base and everything.
Agreed. And I'll link him to this and I'll ask for his permission to share it for you. I don't normally do this, but I do want to quickly go through the super chats before we get going because there's quite a few. And so would you please do the honors?
King Crab, $2. Hope everyone has been busy and preparing.
Yeah, he and I had a catch up Zoom a week or two ago. So he was just telling me what's going on. His mom is fine because his mom was in the hospital. Oh, he's fine.
Okay.
So
King Crab again, $2. You can only work in the USA with Intuit.
Also, Filipino at CVS said that they say they require 2 years of work experience before you can join the remote worker squad. But we're not saying you should go straight to Intuit. We're saying you may want to start at H&R Block or someplace similar and then get some experience and do this. So I wanted to clarify what this stream is about. Raymond.
Oh boy, $20 of raise money. I liked man, this is the best money. Okay. Oh, thank the good Lord. Chad is back on YouTube. Well, Ray, if you didn't scare him away. I
It wasn't
mean,
Raymond that did it. It was more like I'm putting all this effort in, and like basically losers get to come on. Women that aren't even good to look at have 20,000 subscribers
oh,
overnight.
for
And I'm just
God's
like,
sake, you're still hung up about that?
not hung up on it. I'm just
You
saying
got
that's why.
you got people giving you money for drinking beer, and you're upset because you don't make as much as girls with big tits?
No. I'm just saying it makes it harder for me to put effort into it. I do on this note, Clary. Raymond wants to send you somebody in particular who I just described because he really wants your take on it. And he was like, how much do you think Cappy will charge me for that? I said, well, just reach out to him. But
Yeah, depends on the length. I mean,
Yeah.
Ray would get a discount, of course.
That's what I said. I said,
Yeah.
I bet he'd give you
Of
a
course.
discount.
Yeah.
Not to speak for you.
Bro, chill, $50. It sure is tough being a podcaster, chat. It's so hard. Do you know there's women out there who just show feet and they make more money than you? It must suck being a
Yes.
podcaster only getting $50 from Bro Chill here. Bring
Bro
on
Chill.
GF for the 100th episode.
Bro Chill, that's a super generous super chat. Thank you so much. I know Clary's very grateful that he gets half of it. I've had the candidate on here for a couple of my streams, but we don't show her face, even though she's very easy on the eyes, in my opinion. We just can't do that because she's got a real job.
She has a real job, yes.
Unlike us. So, all right. Well, thank you, Bro Chill. Clary, this is episode number 96, so maybe you can help me think of something for 100.
Just
let
it come to you.
Let it
Don't
come
worry,
to me.
there's enough stupid shit going on in the world. Something will come up.
That is so true,
Right?
man.
No, look at Manna from Heaven. This poor kid, he was lied to by the Big Four. Like literally had nothing to do for an entire month.
Yeah.
I mean, don't worry. The world is full of incompetent assholes. Some will pop up we can talk about.
In case anybody feels like they have imposter syndrome, trust me, everybody does, because they're imposters.
Okay, Lord, 20 generous dollars. Yay, chat stream, Cappy tax today. H&R Block has been great. I may be able to remote tax already. Okay, good.
Very good.
Okay, Lord, yeah.
And a shareholder, Cappy here, just loves hearing things like that.
You want to look up the stock price of
Yeah, I was going to ask if you wanted to.
If I remember, I bought it 53, then it went up to 63, then it went down to 40 something. So let's look up H&R Block stock price. Come on. I'm still at a small loss.
No, that's okay.
Why? Look at it. It was up at 65. God dang it.
I hear you, Hector. I didn't like my Big Four experience either. Well, thank you, okay, Lord. Yeah, as always, he actually did leave me an update. I was just going to mention that, but I'll respond to you offline. Okay, Lord.
Bro Chill, $10. Damn it. Cappy got half my super chat money. Yes, I did.
Yes, I tried to warn you guys. This wasn't a solo stream.
Agent in the field for 10 generous dollars. New Glarus incoming for Chad. Raymond said give his money to Chad tonight. Oh, is that nice, Ray?
I got it. I'll karma will come back to Ray. Good karma for this.
Do you like New Glarus beer?
I love it. And a certain somebody very close to you once gave me a New Glarus beer, which I enjoyed very much.
Can you take the train up to Kenosha and get New Glarus beer? Okay, that's it. Because Madison, I know the town where it's made is right across the border, but it's closer and faster to take the train up to Kenosha and back, right?
Yeah, a lot of people actually do that just because there's some cool spots in Kenosha. So if you just want to get out of town but don't want to drive anywhere, zip up right up there. And I really like New Glarus. Spotted Cow. Bro Chill again.
Bro Chill for $10 again. Just wanted to ask her how it was dating a short king.
Oh, she's talking about the candidate.
Yes.
Well, she would probably tell you that I'm very neurotic on certain times of the year, but as long as it's not those times of the year, things are hunky-dory. And that is all the super chats that we have at this time.
Thus far, yes.
So, Clara, you are going to really enjoy what we're going to do next because you like it when we get to test your knowledge. And you get a little cocky because I'm always feeding you the easiest questions.
I don't know why you even question. I mean, I'm going to pass this. You know, I'm going to pass this. But I mean, let's go through the motions and you ask me these tests. But this is an employment test, not a competency test. So there's going to be a lot of HR bullshit in this.
No, this is actually heavy in tax. So here is the background. So like I told you guys, this is a friend of the channel. He he recorded all of this during his recent, like it was pretty much an AI interview. And so he thought that would be really useful for you guys. I was like, wow, that's really nice of you. So some details. This was for the seasonal remote tax associate at Intuit. I asked him how much they were paying, and I don't know if this is across the board. He said $20.50 per hour. Start date is going to be January 30th, and it would go all the way till April 24th. They always give you an extra week in there just to wind some late filers down.
Sure.
And okay, so it was a video invite. There were no human beings, and you get 1.5 hours to complete all of these questions, an assessments, interview, or whatever. And they get back to you in a week, although he says it took him a little longer to do that.
It's all automated, and it takes them a week to get back.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Multiple choice questions?
The ones at the end are, but most of these are open-ended. So, Clary, this is what I'm going to do.
All right.
I'm going to read them to you, and I'm going to leave it on the screen, so hopefully you can see it. There's about 16 of them. We don't have time to do all of them. We're just going to do as many as we have time for.
All right.
And I picked out some good ones that I thought you might be able to get.
Okay.
So here we go. If this is too small, let me know. I'll read it to you. Maybe I need to blow this up for you.
Yeah, just read it to me. I don't.
Okay. Your tax customer, Beatriz, mentions that they have entered dependents on their tax return, but the child tax credits are not applying. Discuss what could be causing their credits not to apply. What questions would you ask to help the customer troubleshoot? I don't think you have to be an accountant to necessarily know this, Clary. I think you can logic your way into it.
You might be above the income limits.
Yeah.
Your ex husband, who's a dick, probably already got the child.
That
credits,
happens too,
right?
You would only know that at filing, but that's another reason. Yeah.
Okay, so this is. Mentioned they have entered the dependents in their tax returns, but child are not applying. Yeah, I'm just going to say the MAGI limits, your income limits have been, you're making too much money.
That's probably the biggest, most common reason that this happens. Mm-hmm. But some other reasons, I have an answer sheet that I'm not displaying, obviously.
All right.
There's an age limit here because if the child is over the age of 17, they don't qualify. Oh. Yeah.
But it's not a child. Well, I mean, it's their child, but it's an adult.
Right. But they can still technically claim them on their taxes. They just won't get the child tax credit.
Okay.
And also, as you pointed out, relationship, maybe this is your kid, but maybe, your ex-husband or whatever is the one. Maybe Beatrice's ex-husband is the one who gets to claim him or her. And then the last one is just clerical, like you put in you spelled their name wrong or you put the wrong social security number on there.
I passed that one. I got that.
Yeah, that one's more just you can logic your way into that. So that was the first one I kind of liked for you. Oh, question for you, Clary. I need your help with this. I do want to publish all of this somewhere so people have access to it. Guys, stop emailing me, please. Like the emails are getting too much, so I'm not going to reply in an email where I can publish this information. So if you have any ideas where I can get that out, Clary, just let me know.
I don't know, a Google public link?
Yeah, maybe YouTube.
You're asking the wrong guy.
Okay. The next one, if you're ready for it, you can see some of these are just ridiculously long and annoying.
Go shoot them. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Now we talk about Lily. All right. Lily is convinced that there is an error on her tax return due to the TurboTax software. Where have I heard that one before? I love this. Boomer alert. She's never had to pay taxes on her Social Security income before, but now nearly all of the $26,000 in Social Security is being taxed. She is single, surprised, and her only other income is some interest with $14,385 and a 1099-R, which is basically retirement income, IRAs, with $38,000 in boxes 1 and 2, blah, blah, blah. Now think about this, Clary. how would you respond to Lily? What questions would you ask her? And, they want to know what resources did you use to formulate your answer? So what do you know about Social Security and it being taxable?
If you make a certain amount, you don't get to collect it.
You don't get to collect it tax-free.
Okay, fine. So
Yeah.
She's never had to pay taxes on her Social Security income before. All 26 is being taxed. Yeah, I imagine because of that income, she is going to have to pay taxes on her Social Security. In boxes 1 and 2, nothing about that. How would you respond? On what questions would you ask her? What resources did you use to formulate? Yeah, I got nothing aside from the fact that she's got other income in, and that's why she's got to pay taxes on Social Security.
I mean, that's pretty much the answer, man. I mean, so what you do is you ask her if this is the first year that she collected that, retirement account income from that 1099-R, that 38K. The answer is obviously going to be yes. And then when she answers yes, which she will do, you explain to her that Social Security becomes taxable once your AGI passes the $34,000 AGI threshold for this. Mm-hmm. So basically, that retirement account pushed her over the limit, so her Social Security becomes taxable.
Cool.
Ipso facto. And
can I push her in a wheelchair into the water?
I wish you would, because I hate it when I deal with older people, boomers, who are like, I shouldn't have to pay taxes on this. I'm like, I don't make the fucking rules. Go fuck yourself. I hate their entitled attitude, man. I just try to avoid older people.
All right.
All right. Rant. Okay. You ready for Heidi? Heidi calls, and she's frustrated that her tax return was rejected by the e-filing service. She is demanding to know why her tax return was rejected. How would you calm Heidi down? Because this is over the phone. How would you calm Heidi down so that you could assist her? In your experience, what are the most common errors received by taxpayers? You can probably logic your way into this one too.
I would say it is a clerical error, and say, don't worry, the majority of your work was not wasted. It's probably you're off by a digit on your Social Security number, or your name is not matching up. Something is not matching with what the federal government has on file. So that's what I would do, is let's double check your information that you put into filing with the feds.
So you just emphasize it's something minor we can correct, right?
Right. Very minor we can correct. Don't worry. Can I say just call Harvey?
Call Harvey? Well, he's at the IRS.
Can my answers all be just call Harvey?
I would love that, although I don't know. Oh, it's funny, Claire. There's actually the last question I'm going to ask you relates to that, believe it or not. But here's the answer, okay? And you got the answer, essentially. You say it's probably, a clerical error, wrong Social Security, wrong date of birth, wrong dependent information, wrong filing status. So you can't say you're head of household if you don't have a dependent, or just some missing information, like you were supposed to file for the premium tax credit health insurance and you left that out. It'll get rejected. Now, there is one thing that you do have to worry about with this, and they're asking how you would calm her down. I would not say this. Oops, how do I get you back? I would not say this. Sometimes when your identity has been stolen and somebody filed a tax return for you already, then that sucks and you have to paper file it. But usually, and I'm talking like 98 to 99% of the time, it's just some clerical error. So that's how you would answer that question.
So far, these are pretty easy.
Right. Well, man, I didn't give you these hard and annoying ones up here.
Why don't you give me a hard, annoying one? Because so far, all we did was take the box of 148 Crayola crayons, put wings on it, and I'm passing with flying colors here. Come on, give me something hard here.
Well, the harder ones involved, they ask like 3 or 4 questions in one question, and it's not information. It's stuff that you would honestly not know. There's no way you would know this. So I'm trying to be...
All right.
Oh, yeah. There's one with the name Shaniqua on there. We're not going to do that one. Yeah.
No, really?
Yeah. I was hoping somebody would see that. Okay. See this U.S. Army Ranger, Ahmed, and his wife, Shaniqua.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we're not going to do that one. That was a very annoying one.
At H&R Block, we don't come up with ridiculous names. We don't do that.
Yeah. Why should they? All right. Now we got Jeffrey. All right. Jeffrey. Your client, Jeffrey, mentions that he made money over the summer mowing lawns. You'll like this one, Clary.
Mm.
He was paid in cash. You tell him that his income must be reported on his tax return. Jeffrey has never claimed this income, and he tells you that he does not plan to claim it now. What advice do you give Jeffrey regarding his return? What do you think, Clary?
Me personally?
No, pretend like this is an interview question for Intuit.
Oh, I gotta pass.
Yeah.
Jeffrey has never claimed this income. What advice would you? I would say that the IRS requires you to disclose that information, and you really ought to. Otherwise, you'd face penalties and fines. And I would also say that if you have a lot of expenses, you might as well claim that income, because you can write these expenses off and it will not negate it. And a third thing I would say as a banker is you will probably want to list that income, because if you were to ever apply for a loan, you are understating your income, and you will not be you will be less qualified for more money in the future.
Tell you, that would actually be an A++ answer for this, because Intuit's trying to gauge, do they look at all angles and things like that. Quick timeout, Clary. Candidate just texted me, dead rat on my front porch, had to get the neighbor to get rid of it. So,
what?
Well,
all right,
I'm not
you
around
tell her
for that
I'm
one.
ashamed. You tell her I'm ashamed. Dead rat. It wasn't a live rat running around.
It's just dead, apparently.
It's a dead rat, and she had to go get the neighbors to get rid of it.
Yeah, she doesn't like insects, and she doesn't like rodents.
I tell her the penalty box is shame. The penalty box is shame.
I mean, I would have handled that, but it is probably. What if you came home and there was a dead rat on your porch?
I'd call my girlfriend. No, I just go get the shovel and take it and throw it in the garbage.
Get rid of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Call the neighbors. Good Lord.
So anyway, you had a great answer for that. So you're doing a good job on this, but again, I picked the easiest ones. This one might not be as easy for you, Clary. Okay. Amber and Devin finalized their divorce on January 10th, 2025. All right. Mm-hmm. They are trying to sort through their 2024 tax issues. They have hired you to. I didn't give you. Sorry, let me get back to this. If you're working for Intuit, you have to tell them that you have to report the income. That's just, you can't say that, otherwise they won't hire you.
Why
so
not?
The answer, well, some people are going to be like, well, there's no 1099, so they don't have to. No, just say you have to report.
I'm aware. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So anyway, this couple their divorce was finalized at the beginning of 2025.
Sure.
So what do we do about 2024? They have hired you to prepare their tax return. Both live in the state of Washington and work full time. They each have 1099-Bs for brokerage accounts and 2 joint CDs, which are coming due January 15th, 2026. How would you approach the conversation? What questions and tax recommendations would you have for Amber and Devin? This is the hardest one you're going to have had so far.
Well, the first thing I would do is say, what does your divorce settlement say? And I go based on that, depending on now, I don't know what divorce law is in Washington State, but I would first say what the divorce settlement is, especially when it comes to those CDs.
Let me call timeout on you.
All right.
So we're only thinking about 2024. Oh, good call on the CDs.
Yeah.
But they can still file married jointly for 2024 because the divorce
happened afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So think about that.
They're trying to. Don't help me here. I got to for crying out loud. If you want an answer, tell me the answer. Don't hint at it.
Okay.
They're trying to sort through 2024 tax issues. So, they wouldn't have filed by January 10th. Only I would have, because I am the best client ever. They've hired you prepare a tax return. Really?
You're fine. You do it in February.
So there's no state income tax. They work full time. Each have a 1090 for brokerage accounts and 2 joint CDs, which are coming due a year later. How do you approach the conversation? Well, 2024 is more or less set in stone. And if they were filing jointly, well, they haven't yet filed. So I would say you could file. I'd give them an option. You could file separate or joint. It's up to you guys. I might assess the tax benefits that come with filing jointly versus separate.
Clary, think non. This is because this is really important for the whole thing. Think non. Throw out the tax elements of this and think about practical. A couple is divorcing. The first question I asked them
Yeah.
is, do you guys get along, or is it so acrimonious there's no chance you can file jointly? Because I've had people almost kill themselves in my old office. Like they went after each other. So yeah.
You're talking bedside manner.
Yes, but that's
you want to know
important
what
for divorce.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I say, okay, you caught Devin cheating on you, but you gained weight because you're a fat pig. So fuck the both of you. Here's what we're going to do. I would take the asshole consulting approach. No, I would have separate meetings, see if they could meet together and kind of go from there.
Exactly.
Separately.
Start with that. Do you get along? Type thing.
Right. Can you work together? Is it amicable? Is it acrimonious? Do you have a preference on how to file? And then I ask, do you have a preference on how to file? And then I'd say, how many kids did you have that you basically abused, dropping them off in daycare and breaking up the family? Okay, just want to know.
That's actually on the list of things you need to ask.
Like, dependents and who's claiming and all that. Yep.
Yeah.
And then going forward, I would say, what does the divorce settlement say about the joint CDs? But you're not going to have to worry about that until the 2025 tax. 2026, 2025 tax season. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was actually a pretty good answer. And you hit on most of the points. The thing that emphasizes that they can still file married jointly for 2024. Clary, what state are they in?
Washington State. Anything
notable about that state?
No income taxes.
No state income tax.
I already said that.
Yeah, so you got that. Yeah. So the CD, I admit I wasn't even totally sure about this. The CD has to be divided either before or during the divorce proceedings to prevent future liability. So it sounds like that was already taken care of, or
because I asked to see the divorce settlement.
Right, exactly. Right. So that was a good answer, and so yeah, you ask if they are open to filing jointly, because Clary, it's kind of better to file jointly, especially when kids are involved, So you want to try to do that one more year.
You need to get as much out of those kids as possible before you send them off to daycare and grandma. You really do need to suck all the blood out of your children. That is true. Yes.
Right. And so this is sort of behind the curtain thing. What I would do is, regardless of what they said, I would first file jointly. Like I would put it together like they're filing jointly, because my program, I just have to hit a button and then it tells me how the results would change if they file separately.
Okay.
But you can only do that if you put the return together jointly first.
I did not know that about the software.
Yeah. So if you say that to TurboTax during this interview, I think they'll be pretty impressed with that answer. And the only other tip I want to give about this, you just know that one of those deadbeats, probably Amber, has student loan payments, right? And so
I suppose, okay, yeah.
That's what happens most of the time. And so what you want to do is, if she does, or he, Devin, it's best that you file separately, because a lot of these student loan payments are income based. So her income wants to be shown as low as possible. So if you give that answer, Intuit, TurboTax, that's going to, yes.
So if they are amicable and they meet together and they decide to file jointly, and I'm talking to Devin, and Amber interrupts, should I say, shh, the men are talking? Is that good bedside manner? Should I?
So quick, this is just going to be a 30-second story. Clary, do you want to know? So I had that old office, and I would never take these types of train wrecks nowadays, but like back, 2017, 2018, do you want to know who, in all my experiences, who had the most acrimonious and who wanted to kill each other? What type of
lesbians?
Yes.
No, of course. Yeah, no, that's data. That's the highest divorce rate. Yes. Highest domestic abuse as well.
I mean, are we allowed to say that, or is that politically incorrect?
That doesn't mean I'm against lesbians. I wish them all the best. I actually had some lesbian friends way back in the day. Surprise! One got married to a guy and had kids. Found out she liked dick. I know this is amazing. But yes, you can. The divorce statistics are out there. Yes.
Right. So that's a very notable thing. And I actually did have to adjust my strategy, because anytime there was a divorcing same-sex female couple in there, I was like, all right, this is not going to go well. Separate. So good job on that answer. You got time for one or two more?
I got one more. Good job on the men are talking. That's a correct. Every man should do that in his profession, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
You know what, Clary? I'm going to do this next one real fast. You're not going to answer this. All right.
All right.
In your own words, please describe a complex tax issue you personally encountered. What was the issue? How did you approach it? What steps did you take to research? Conclusion? How did you advise your client? So I'd like to take you back in time to 2017. All right. I encountered this guy named Aaron Clary.
Oh,
Okay. And he always self-prepared his tax returns up to that point using TurboTax, who we're talking about. Now, this Aaron Clary, he had a high amount of self-employment income, but it was all on a Schedule C. So he was paying self-employment taxes on 100% of his net income.
The fool.
Right? Pretty complex issue there. So I immediately recognized that he might be having some problem as far as this goes. And so I asked if he would be open to having a better tax structure, to which Mr. Clary said yes. So I explained the concept of S corporations to him, elected to have his LLC taxed as one starting that year. And after that, the conclusion I reached was that he was no longer having some problems since he was now in the hands of the best accountant who ever existed. So,
man, that's great. And you're lucky to have me because I'm the best client to have ever existed. It's amazing how it's paired up that way.
I will say you always have your stuff organized, but again, I don't know if your GF actually deserves the most credit for that. So
she is my accountant. I got help. There's no doubt I have help. Yes.
Well, you guys do a good job.
I pay for the help too, by the way. I don't just like not compensate her. Right?
It's just smart for you to do that. It's a win-win on both sides. We'll see if you have time for both of these, but which I think you will. These are quick.
I do,
okay.
Yeah.
Your tax customer, Louisa, is an
Where
avid.
These names come
I don't
from?
know. This is actually from the exam. I didn't change these names. He gave me these from the exam.
All these old-timey grandma names like Louisa. What?
That's Intuit for you. Yeah. Also, so many females. Your tax customer, Louisa, is an avid gardener. Okay. I hope not weed. She grows vegetables for her family in her large garden and will occasionally sell the extra produce her family does not eat to her friends and neighbors. Okay. Does Louisa need to report this income on her tax return? If so, where should she report it? Can she deduct expenses related to this income? Please use your own words and identify any reference materials or websites. Yeah. What do you think?
Yes to everything. Does Louisa need to report her? The correct answer is yes. If so, where should she report it? Probably a Schedule C.
Yes, exactly.
She only has to report it if it's above $600 still, right? Is it $600 is the minimum?
That's the 1099 threshold. If you go by the book, you have to report everything you make.
So she has to report everything. Can she deduct expenses? Of course she can. What do you mean? Why not? If she's generating an income, she can deduct obvious related expenses to this. No,
you're right. But there's also, this is the answer. What I'm about to say is what they're going to want to hear because it's a little bit nuanced. So just a heads up for people who are doing this interview. You're not wrong. There's this deal where if it's a hobby, it doesn't go on a Schedule C. It goes on another line and you can't write off expenses. However, because it goes on the other income line, you're not subject to self-employment taxes. So depending on what that level is, whether it's a hobby or what, it might be better just to throw it on other expenses. Now,
okay, hang on. I'm confused. I've never heard of this. So there's like a hobby form?
It's called the hobby loss rule. So if it's a hobby, like, you know how I got those baseball cards that I tried going through and I just basically shipped them to Texas because I didn't want to deal with it. Let's say I sell that and I make $200 or something. Right. That's a hobby. I'm not going to put that on a Schedule C. I'm just going to call it other income, not subject to self-employment tax. Okay, it's a hobby. But I also can't write off any business expenses. Now I can, if it's considered, a side business, I can put it on Schedule C, and then I can write off business expenses.
Right. So the shipping expense or whatever.
Right. Exactly. Except any profits are subject to self-employment taxes. So that's the most nuanced answer you can give. You were not wrong, but if you really want to impress Intuit, you would say what I just said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember the interview and the accountant where he says, Miss Johnson, do you have a certain square footage?
Business. Yep.
Oh, I don't know, 300. He just does this with his glasses. 400.
That's my favorite scene from the first
For the first one?
Yeah,
Your favorite scene for the second one is the dating scene.
Yes, my
Yes.
God.
Oh,
That
God.
even though the movie kind of tailed off after that speed dating thing was
It's
fan-fucking-tastic.
hilarious. Hilarious.
But I mean, you basically answered that correctly. They
All
would have
right.
been fine. Last one, okay? All right. Jody recently joined your team. You've only been in a couple of meetings with her this tax season. Today, when you joined the call, Jody was already deep in conversation with your team members about the connections that she's making with her customers. I'm so excited to work here this season. I've worked with so many clients from my region, and I always provide them with my contact info that they can reach out to me directly next season, she exclaims.
Okay.
What are your thoughts regarding Jody's comments? How would you approach this situation? No.
Is there a rule against her handing out her contact information?
Yes.
Like at the office?
You can't. No. Well, you can't steal client information over the phone.
Hang
That's
on.
the main issue.
Let's go over it. Jody recently joined your team. You have only been a couple of meetings with her text. Today, when you joined the call, was a deep conversation with your team members about the connections she's making with her customers. So excited to work here this season. I've worked with so many clients from my region. I always provide them with my contact info, like her contact info at work.
I got the impression that she was talking about people over the phone, like they were calling in for help.
Right.
And she was saying, well, here's my personal email and personal phone
if it's your
number.
personal, you can't do that because you might. No, I thought it was the contact info at the office. I'm like, well, how else are your clients supposed to contact you? What's wrong with setting up business for next year?
And maybe I misinterpreted this, but it sounded like she was giving her personal information, and you can't do that, whether it's H&R Block or Intuit. You just can't do that.
Right there, it says reach out to me directly next season.
Yeah, that's stealing clients.
Yeah. What are your thoughts regarding just, so that's, how would you approach a situation? Well, she's obviously very excited about it.
Yeah.
I don't think she knows she's doing something wrong. And I would pull her over and aside as an older, more experienced guy.
Yeah.
Say, look, I know you're really excited and all this, but here's, Intuit, these are their clients. And even though you want to reach out to them, you can't steal their clients. You could actually get in trouble for this. So, give your contact information, but it has to be here at the company.
Yeah, and I wouldn't approach it like, "Oh, I'm going to rat on you."
No,
I'd be like, "Hey, I'm trying to help you."
No.
Yeah, it's like you just didn't know.
Right. Now, is she wearing a pencil skirt?
Well, I would probably not, because the women who seem to get into tax are not the most fun to look at.
She's not that hot. All right, then I just
don't be as homeschool time. Don't be an eager beaver on this.
Yeah.
So that's all the proficiency ones. These I'm just going to show you guys. These are standard interview questions that you have to do after you do that open-ended stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it, right? It's just
Are you a white male?
But yeah. In which state do you reside? What have you done? Experience, other types of returns. Yeah, that's all that is. And so he said that came next. And then, so Parker did this recently or sometime in the past. And so he's in there right now. And I'm glad to hear him say that these are spot on, because we're not just blowing smoke here. These are the actual questions you're going to get.
So the takeaway is not so much, do you know the actual accounting or tax answer? Half of it is, what is the bedside manner or the social, otherwise professional manner in which you handle these situations?
Or it doesn't matter if it's the right answer. We used to have these consulting interviews when I was in my MBA program. Yeah, MBA. But they didn't care if you got the right answer. They just wanted to know how you walked yourself through the process of thinking about it. So in a way, these are mini consulting interviews. And so that's why it's important just to reason your way through it. That's all.
Okay. So the takeaway is, if Jody is hot in a pencil skirt, spank her in the ass. If Devin and Amber are talking, Amber interrupts, you say, shh, the men are talking. And then anytime someone walks into your office, you say, what the fuck do you want? Especially if they're divorced, and you berate them about fucking up their kids' lives. That's what the takeaway is on this interview, right?
There's a lot of takeaways from this stuff. I mean, I would say a big one is it's great to work remotely and you get a little bit higher pay than H&R Block, but do you really want to be fielding calls from the general public? Like, let's be honest.
Right.
I'm just not trying to discourage anybody, but I did this for a while and it was awful.
Yeah.
Clary, I have just a few more multiple choice related items here, and then
All
we
right.
can call it. I have a bit of a problem that I need to handle. So
You go handle that.
Okay.
I will tell people about the wonderful world of accounting.
Please do.
Okay. If you guys are bored, like you're like, oh my God, I'm so bored in life. Maybe you're bored enough to become an accountant. Become an accountant, you say, but that sounds incredibly boring. Yeah, but it's slightly less boring than the current life you have now. And it pays very well and lends itself very well to remote and self-employment. So that's why me and Chad put together a course, which many of you are aware of, called The World's Greatest Accounting Career, which guides you to a successful and adequately compensated career in accounting the quickest, cheapest, most efficient way possible. If you are interested in accounting, that means you've already kind of looked into it a little bit. You're like, yeah, I think so. I would strongly recommend, me and Chad make money on it, but to save you a ton of time and money, and you guys can ask Chad this in the super chats or the comments section, how much he spent on his MBA program. It's what is it? $150, I think, is for the course. And it's going to save you a shit ton of fucking time and money. You will more than make that money back, assuming you want to go into accounting. So if you've made the decision, I think this is something I'd enjoy, please take that course. So you're not wasting 5 years in school. You're not dicking around like that poor kid. I mean, how much time did he have to commute to not work at the Big Four? Talk about the Big Four. It's just a way more efficient way to get where Chad is. And Chad's an old fuck. He's 43 or 44, even though he looks 12. I asked him, I said, if you knew this now, how long would it take you to get there? He said 25. But that assumes they got your ear at 18. So be better than me and Chad, be wealthier earlier, sooner, be Daft Punk more than me and Chad, harder, better, faster, stronger. Especially if you're a younger person, you don't need to go into debt and ruin your life that way. So that's The World's Greatest Accounting Career. It's available on Teachable, and Chad has it linked below. And Chad, I'm getting all my super chat money from you, right?
Oh, absolutely.
What happens if people use your link below?
So if you use the link below for the course, I get to lob off 25% of it, which I think is very generous.
My money. He gets 25% of my money, a commission or something. That's
which is really, I got to give you props for that. That's generous. So appreciate it.
Anaya says, you took it? No, I put it together. Chad just gave me the material because he hates presenting and doesn't like PowerPoint. I did the course. I presented, I filmed it and everything. He just gave me the material.
Yeah, I mean, my thing was I just didn't want to. The whole PowerPoint thing was taking me back to my MBA program, and I was just like, "Fuck, Clary's better at this." So
people want to know how much you spent on your MBA program.
If you include living expenses and not including opportunity costs of money I could have earned, $100K.
$100K. Okay.
Worst mistake. I did not need to do that to get my CPA. So, Clary, this is one you like to laugh at me for. This is peanut butter milk stout, 6.2%.
Right.
This is my favorite beer of all time. I don't get tired of it. I almost wish I could get tired of it. It's just not happening. Candidate likes it too. She's not a beer drinker. So the final part of this is there's a bunch of multiple choice questions here, but obviously he wasn't able to get like all of the choices.
Options, right.
Yeah.
Let's go through them.
Okay, we're not going to go through all of them, but the first one is they ask about the earned income credit. Do you have to have a social security number? What circumstances will not allow for an abatement? That's laziness and incompetence. Which form does a taxpayer file to get an ITIN? I don't even know that.
I don't know.
This is stuff I don't deal with. Right. Dylan was widowed, 47. He pays for all the upkeep. Dylan he put the answer, so he can file as a surviving spouse. This one. Clary, if I file an extension for you, which is never going to happen because you've never needed one.
Because I'm your best client.
Let's say you owe some money, which again has never happened since I've been.
Never happened.
Do you have until April 15th to pay it or October 15th?
April 15th.
Yeah, correct. I don't know why everybody gets that confused, but you get an extension, that's the file, but you have to pay up front. The rest of this is just, you know, forms, like what form is necessary, which is not a requirement for head of household. So the multiple choice questions here are just more rapid fire. And like I said, I'm going to try to find a way to I want to just post this sheet so people have access to it. Like, I don't want to just go through these because there's just too many.
Here's a concern of mine. What if this is copyrighted and you're posting it?
That is actually a really good point.
Maybe you don't post this.
Yeah. I tell you what, you guys, please don't email me and be like, can you send me that sheet? I'm just over the emails. Stop emailing me. But I'll have to think on this a little bit more. Really,
don't. Why bother with the risk? Don't even bother.
Okay, well, just know that we've gone through a lot of the major ones that Clary tried to answer, and here's a few other ones. So get your glimpse at them.
Get your
fill in. The purple ones we did. The green ones I chose not to do because they were more annoying, and Clary never would have gotten them ever.
Right.
So here you go. I'll give this 30 more seconds, and then we will go through the remaining super chats, and Clary can go meet his visitors. All right. Good. Well, that was fun.
It was fun. I could see why you were very excited about those questions.
I mean, dude,
it was exhilarating.
I just don't have ideas to talk about stuff on a stream anymore, and I don't know how you do this every day. But
don't look for them; they'll happen, man. I mean, we got super chats, so we want to go slow.
We do.
Are you turning into the women of my life, where there's an 8-second pause before we move on to the next thing? Are you losing? Are you hitting menopause, Chad?
You know, there were times during our visit I was like, am I doing this fast enough for Clary, or is he going to get mad?
No one is. No. The answer is no. Nobody goes fast enough. I just accept it.
Whether it was shuffleboard or anyway, we'll get to the. Okay, super chat time.
Roberts for $5. I'm at Worcester Governors University for Network Engineering Security. I'm almost done with ethics and tech. Is ethics really as white bread, basic bitch as it seems? Rather take my life. Yes, it's just this bullshit course, most of which is to employ business ethicist majors. I mean, it's bullshit. I mean, Robert, you know what? You know the golden rule: don't steal, don't lie, don't cheat. It is a bullshit field. So don't worry about it.
Would you like to know what officially the lowest grade I ever got in my entire MBA
business ethics?
It was Catholic ethics.
Catholic? Oh, that's right.
Notre Dame. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to know anything about that?
I should have read the Bible, but since you hate Jesus, that's all right.
So I got a B-, which is basically a D in MBA programs.
Yeah. Bro, chill. $5. Can't wait for Cappy to get old enough to collect Social Security. 12 short years. Hope he's still streaming. I don't think I'm going to take early.
Don't.
I'm going to do that? Well, because I'm in good shape and I think I'm going to live longer. So I'm going to take it at whatever it is, 67 or 68, whatever I want the most amount of you young people's money. I want to suck the most blood. I want to be like a boomer. I want to suck the most blood out of the young generation. So I'm going to stay alive as long as possible. Make you kids my slave.
I'm not a financial planner, but do not take the early option unless you absolutely need it. This is DJ Aftershock.
DJ, what's DV's DJ? I keep changing it. $2. Chad, how will the Dems solve the cost of living again?
You know what? That's more of a Clary question. I do not know what's going to happen.
More immigration, more feminism, more money printer Grober, and tax the rich. That's how they're going to solve the problem. There you go.
It's not going to work here.
Arturo Galindo.
Yeah,
$5. It has been a month since the start of my new job. So far, I'm liking it. I'll be emailing you soon for a consultation. By the way, I started at the block.
Good stuff, man. And he and I have corresponded a bunch. Yeah, please keep me posted. Love getting super chats like
Wet
that.
Sox, $5. Did this interview a couple months ago. Thought I did well, but no offer. Don't have experience other than Intuit bookkeeping, tax certs, and college courses.
I mean, Okay.
Go to H&R Block. I mean,
Yeah, I'm trying to see if you have any more information. Wet socks. If you want to clarify anything, put it in the chat. But yeah, just H&R Block is probably your best bet at that point, or something similar. Okay. Oh, that's a good one.
Phil, 20 generous dollars. When does Chad start taking video requests?
I mean, you can email me any time. I'm not an asshole consultant, but I always look for streaming opportunities. And so if there's a good chance to stream about a good topic, I'll run it by you, or I'll just do it alone.
Or if he's got a question, yeah. And then the other thing, though, and Phil, just let me tell you, look, Chad gets a lot of emails, all right? He doesn't have time to answer them all. If you want to respond to your email, make sure it's capitalized and all block text and a wall of text. Don't use spaces. Don't use paragraphs, just a wall of text. He loves that.
When you're fully virtual, nothing is more awesome than getting a non-business related email that's this big with no paragraphs.
And Phil, make sure to either do it by hand on the phone so there's a ton of typos, or do voice to text so it has completely wrong words. And make sure you're high or drunk when you do it, because Chad really loves interpreting what you're trying to say.
So, Clary, on my list of do not be a spurg qualities, please use proper grammar and form complete sentences. I feel this is very underrated in the virtual world we're in today.
Will you please put that list together for me?
Sure.
Okay, please do. Write it all down, be very thorough, and then just text me or email me the list.
My truth.
Me Verda. Oh,
my truth.
The king.
King.
What's king in Spanish?
El or la rey, el rey, la rey.
El rey. Rey is king.
Yeah.
R-E-Y?
Yeah, I believe so.
El Rey for $2. Will Chad be available after his wedding to his wife? No. All over.
I'll be dead at that point. No. Clary, this is not a super chat, but
yes.
You guys, why couldn't you be?
Make a great TV show, Cop Accountant. It's Cop Accountant. Mi Verda, $2. You can talk about your newly marriage experiences.
I'm afraid I am not married, you guys. No joint filing just yet.
Mr. Elkins should do the Elkins marriage hour. So you have the Elkins accounting hour, and then Mr. Elkins, your old man, could do the marriage hour. I think he has a lot of information he could share.
How my parents have been able to stand each other for 55 years, I just don't know. 55 years, Clary.
I know. Huh? What? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes, ma'am. Uh-huh. Whoa. Ah.
God, you've seen it.
They seem to get along when I was, but I think they're just happy to have guests.
They were, because I wasn't visiting enough. Now they're in Portland. Hey, Alex Patino, what's up,
Hey.
man?
El Rey. Okay, yeah.
That looks like everything we got. Let me just make sure. Yeah. Oh, Clary, this is the last thing I wanted to show you. So apparently H&R Block, there's a 500-pound lesbian on their website. You may want to email.
Hang on. HR Block.
Yeah, I'm going to look at this too.
Let me do the website. HR Block. Well, that's all of it, right? You can't find stuff. Right off the bat, there's a black dude. If I refresh, are they going to rotate? No, same guy. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this may shock you. I do not own all of H&R Block. I only own a minority share of the stock out there. I don't see.
Well, I'll click on here. I'm sure. No.
Look at all these sub sites about H&R Block. I'm just going to go to.
Oh, there we go. She's okay.
I don't see any DEI. I just see careers. Let's go to careers, because then that's going to make sure.
Oh, careers. Absolutely.
Yeah,
where did you find that?
There's the Asian guy. Okay. If I go over Indian woman, fat Mexican gal, Latino with fat Latino wife, Karen, possibly a dude, average black gal, attractive black gal, bald black guy, another Karen, average black gal, same black guy, different shirt, Asian lady, no white dudes. Holy shit.
Oh, you must have gone through this.
Hang on, let me go to where are you? God damn it, I lost you.
This?
There you are. Yeah, that. If you go through it, there's no white dudes.
Sure doesn't look. Well, we got our boomer, strong, independent woman.
Yeah. Chad, do we recommend you work your entire life at H&R Block?
Oh, for God's sakes, no.
You're
Absolutely
there to get
not.
you're there to get your year under a CPA and get out. That's what you're there to do.
Dude, you're not wrong. This is insane. There's not a single one.
I know.
What the Oh, look at okay, I saw one there.
Oh, there's that. Is he? He's probably the gays.
Jeez, man. Okay, we got well. That's okay. All right. You know what? That's enough of that.
Yeah, there's no one we want to have sex with there.
All right. Well, I want to thank you because I know you got some people coming in. So thanks for hanging out, and I will definitely send you your half of these very generous super chats. And I guess if there's anything else you want to hawk, just
if there was. Because when's the next time you're going to do a podcast? 3 months from now? Because I know it's not as exciting as being a hot chick on the internet, and you don't have ideas every 30 seconds. So where could people go to get more accounting wisdom, especially as it pertains to careers in your absence?
So I learned not to yell because of that. Go to the world's greatest accounting career, which is linked below. And whether it's my affiliate link, and thank you Homeschool Time for linking it in the chat too, whether it's my own link or Clary's link, I really do feel like it's a good course, and I've gotten really good feedback about it. So do people ever leave you feedback about it?
Rarely. That's why again, what's it called? What's the platform it's on? Teachable. They don't have, like every other place I've taught a course, there's an evaluation of some kind. They don't have it, which I kind of like because it means they're not dicking around with bullshit. So, yeah, but I have heard nothing but positive things about it, which is good. I'm gonna be very curious how your autism Asperger's course goes. But we'll find out when it's up there.
All right. Well, in the meantime, can you please inform everybody when we should hang out?
I think we should hang out soon.
Soon.